Hello YouTube, it's been a while, so I thought I would do a little front yard garden tour. That's supposed to be hanging up. There's not a whole lot going on this year. Just a lot of perennials. A lot of this stuff is already bloomed out, sadly. Those were gorgeous lilies. A little random bunny. Oh, these are still blooming. Those have to be my favorite thing in the garden, is the Asian lilies. Got the Sedum. These will have pink blooms. I didn't really put anything on my trellis this year, so ivy that seems to be taking over this corner, I just strung it up it. And I still have some lilies blooming on this side. Those are peonies that flank them. On this side, I did get some things planted. Got sunflowers. Those gardenias have seen better days, but they were beautiful pale yellow. I believe these are black-eyed Susans. We've got impatiens, color staggered purple and white planted in the front. Got some phlox and a green pepper plant that's keeping me in peppers lately. Here's some pretty blooming gardenias. We've got our miniature blueberry bush, then our 3 regular sized ones, and it looks like I got some blueberries ripe. More gardenias. The roses and daisies. I don't remember what this thing is called, but it was well worth the little $3 bunch I bought. Something is eating my roses. This happens every year, so I do have Japanese beetles. Maybe it. But they're starting to bloom again. And I have a volunteer sunflower out the front. The hostas over here are not doing well at all. We had more gardenias I had to stake up. Those need trimmed. This is a mum that looks like a daisy. The blooms do. Anyway. Over here we have a vining pink flower and apparently some morning glory that I didn't know got that big. But we also have wisteria growing over and across the arbor. More purple and white New Guinea impatiens. More gardenias. This hosta's doing a lot better than the other one. We just had to clear out this whole bed, so everything was just completely overgrown. This was nothing but this horrible red and yellow and green, I call it a weed from hell, that I made the mistake of planting. I think somebody called it cow mint in one of my other videos. Anyway, this is a Dahlia. More lilies. And I moved the rose. I've been talking about it for years, but I finally did it. The rose that was right here, I moved it right here, and it is already starting to recoup and growing better than it was over there. So I should have done it a long time ago. I have more. I believe these are gardenias. There and there. I planted more stuff because this was just overrun with, oh, I can't think of the name of the plant right now. The little yellow flowers. But anyway, we have a lily that's bloomed out. Over here, this was just a mess and mangled mess. So we just cut it all down, pulled out what we could, and stacked like a foot of mulch on it. So I left the sedums and the irises. Okay, anyway, please excuse the area homeless's language. Anyway, lilies. My husband thought this looked like our house. Petunias. The neighbor's mess brings us back over to here. These were crimson red lilies. I don't know why they bloom first, but they do. We got more pink sedums. These peachy colored lilies are gorgeous. Love them. Red, white, and blue petunias. I just now got my window boxes in. So hopefully those grow big and pretty. My ginormous hosta. My neighbor's cat had her kittens under this just a few weeks ago. That was exciting. Poor lilies. And I don't know if the previous owners planted this ivy, but it just has been randomly growing. The last couple of years, I pull it back and pull it back. We got the variegated hostas, the smaller variety in here. Portulacas and the hanging pots. My grandmother always grew these when I was a kid. So I try to buy some every year. This is where the bird bath, one of the bird baths usually is. But I'm doing a mosaic on it. So I have their window box and the trailing impatiens. Those are very pretty. My hostas are blooming. And the neighbor's cat.